Lady Gaga's first creative stirrings. Hello everyone, welcome back here at Baby Conversations with Al. This is a place where we delve into entertainment stories with a positive coffee side. So, before Lady Gaga met the stardom or the meet dresses and stadium tours, the artist we know was Stefani Germanotta, a studious, slightly eccentric girl from the Upper West Side of Manhattan. Her first creative starring were a mix of rigorous classical training and a desperate at the onset need to perform the piano at 4. The legend began at age 4 when Stefan started playing the piano by ear. Her mother, Cynthia, encouraged the hobby to help her become a cultured young woman. By the time she was a toddler, she was already mimicking the sounds she heard on the piano and radio. By 13, she had written her first piano ballad to Love Again, the theater Nadia's, while attending the Convent of the Sacred Heart, a prestigious all-girls Catholic school. Stefan found her voice in musical theater. She did always fit in, describing herself as a bit of a misfit and was always mocked for being too provocative, but she dominated the stage. She played lead characters like Adelaide in Guys and Dolls and Philia in A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Forum. She spent nearly decades studying at the Lee Strasberg Theatre and Film Institute, which explained the intense commitment to the bit she still displays in every era of her career. The open mic hustle at the age of 14. While most 14-year-olds were hanging out at the mall, Stefan was dragging her parents to dive bars and jazz clubs. Her father, Joe, would often accompany her to open mic nights at New York staples like the Bitter Inn and Village Vanguard, where she would play piano and sing for crowds that would often indifferent to the teenager or their mindset. The New York and the academic rebel. At 17, she became one of the youngest students ever granted early admission at New York State School of the Arts, Cap 21, the intellectual shift. This is where she began to see pop music as art with a capital A. She wrote analytical papers on religion, social issues, and art history, specifically studying provocative artists like Spencer Tunick and Damien Hirst. By the second semester of her sophomore year, the stirrings became a rare. She dropped out, famously telling her father she would eat lunch until she made it. She moved into a cheap apartment on the Lower East Side and formed the Stefani Germanotta Band, the SK Band, the birth of Gaga. The final transformation happened in the gritty clubs of the Lower East Side, influenced by the underground neo-burlesque scene and her partnership with performance artist Lady Starlight. She began to fuse 90s glam rock with dance music. Legend has it that producer Rob Fosari compared her pop style to Freddie Mercury, leading to her nickname inspired by the Queen song Radio Gaga. The Gaga we see today is essentially a polished high-budget version of her 13-year-old girl at the piano, intensely disciplined, academically obsessed with art, and fueled by a lifelong feeling of being an outsider. All in all, more about Lady Gaga is what we will definitely share with you here in our conversations with all the Papi ones. Peace and indeed have a wonderful time ahead.